Hello, everybody. Look, this capybara puppy is welcoming you. Welcome. Welcome, Kim, and welcome, Chase, to this Pokemon stream.
Hello, everyone. I have returned.
He has returned. So hopefully today we can finish these. I think it's going to be a while before I do the grass starter. So might probably sketch from tomorrow. We'll see. But we're going to finish this today. So I'm fixing this little thing before doing the actual rendering because I don't like it. As you can see, I already filled the shapes in just to be a little faster. It doesn't really add anything to the process, so it should be cool. So, Kim, what kind of suit did you buy? Was it an Iron Man suit or something like that? Because that's what I would expect. All right, you say a suit. I'm not assuming an actual suit. You know, an elegant suit. Probably not. Okay, that's yes. I think this is ready. I don't see anything wrong with it.
I'm assuming she did mean like an actual business suit.
Oh, that's so boring, girl. Come on. I mean, Fiddle buys maid outfits, and you buy a normal suit? Come on. Actions, right? Ethermon. Okay. Multiply. And I'm going to use my watercolors usually. But it's not going to be black. This time the swatches aren't working. So, is it going to work for all three? Yes. I'm probably going to go top down. So straight from top to bottom in terms of the shadow or light source.
Nemo, I'll send it to you. I don't think it'll fit Nemo.
Probably not. Probably. I don't think I've ever had a suit apart from when I went to a funeral, and it was not mine in any case. Because I don't need it. I work from home, so what gives?
I've worn one before.
Really, the only apart from when I was very small, well, like 8 years old, and it was like a ceremony of some sort. No, that time and then another one when I went to a funeral. That's it. So I'm usually very casual in the way I dress. I mean, I'm an artist.
I rocked one when I performed a wedding one time. I was wearing I just had the black pants and the black top, and then had a dark green tie to go with it.
Yeah, I mean, they're cool, I guess, for people that can wear them. Not me, sadly. I don't even have occasions for that. I don't like weddings, so I don't go. And there's nothing else really to go to, because I've always been very far from people I knew, or I've always lived very far, so nobody invited me. Technically, some people use it to go to church, and so I could have used it when I went to the church in Japan, but I did not, and so I was the weird one-off. Japanese people are very formal. I'm not. I make it a point at this point to not be formal, I guess. Feather is 0 is fine, yes.
Yeah, a lot of people these days just wear shirts and jeans when they go to church. So.
Oh, thanks for subscribing, Matthews. Yeah, I mean, to a degree, I think it's kind of sad, apart from me not doing it, because I'm weird. But it's not bad to have some sort of dress code. I'm not totally against it, if it makes sense. it just depends. It's about, I guess, people being sensitive about how they dress, because sometimes I see things that are insane. So it's like whatever. I mean, I don't care, but um, it's I guess it's nice to have some good presentation skills. Sometimes, like you present yourself in a clean manner. Says the one that doesn't wear suits.
I mean, it used to be very common. People wouldn't even go out not wearing suits.
Oh yeah,
Obviously.
suits and top hats. Yeah, absolutely.
Now people go to Walmart wearing friggin' pajama pants.
Yeah, that is a little too much. I usually change when I go out, even if I go to the supermarket, just 'cause I don't like to wear the same clothes at home. But yeah, overall, certainly people are not paying that much attention to clothing nowadays. Lately, I've been playing, I wouldn't say a lot, but some Magic the Gathering Arena. I'm enjoying it more than I used to. Probably because I kind of, at this point, I guess, understood the rules a little better. So it's definitely fun. It's better than Yu-Gi-Oh as a game in any case. So
Yeah.
at
I
least
would
you
have
can
to
play.
as
You can. I don't get as upset if I lose. It's like, damn. At least I can play a few turns. It's like, okay, well, I had a shitty hand maybe, and so I lose. But
in Yu-Gi-Oh, if you don't go first, you basically lose.
yeah, it's not fun.
Especially
Yesterday I
if it's
was,
first
yeah,
the field.
yeah. Yesterday I was saying the same thing, and a guy came out and said, "Oh, that's not true. It's not better than Yu-Gi-Oh." Eh, it's better structured. It's more thought out. You cannot simply learn all of your cards long, super long descriptions and win with that because you know how to put them together. You actually need to put thought in what you are doing now. You cannot play as an automaton. Yu-Gi-Oh! You just need to know the cards. But in Magic, I like the fact that it's actually very simple once you learn the basic terms. And now they added several features to Arena, like if you don't know some terms, there is an explanation on the side that was not exactly like that until last time I played. So it's it's more user friendly than it was. And while you can probably get more cards with Yu-Gi-Oh because you get a lot of rewards for free, so you can play for free a little easier. You still can, and you still get some decent decks in Arena as well. So the fact is that you might feel at some point like it's taking longer because you actually have to, play the duels. It's not like either you win first turn or you quit. So it's definitely a factor in the perception of how long it takes to farm enough XP or whatever it is. So very nice game, and beautiful art. Like the art is very nice. Huh. I mean, there is no
I
comparison
think
with
the art in
Yu-Gi-Oh.
both games is nice, but
What?
I think the art in both games is nice.
Yeah, but I mean, I sometimes I just cannot get past the very cartoony look of Yu-Gi-Oh. While in Magic, despite some cards being maybe less inspired and more just technically good, it feels like more cohesive. I don't know. It's a lot more artwork porn basically. And it's like, God, this is so good just to look at the cards. It's true to a degree with Yu-Gi-Oh, but unless they decide to replace some of those ugly cards with the Rush Duo ones, I'm still gonna prefer Magic because there is so much inconsistency in Yu-Gi-Oh cards sometimes that it doesn't spoil the game, but visually makes me feel like, eh. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have obviously different artists working on different cards, and sometimes there's a bit of disunity there.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Magic's artwork. Don't get me wrong. It's just sometimes to me, it feels kind of just like basic fantasy for
Oh,
some reason.
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. It's
Some, some Magic
mhm.
cards are kind of experimental, and I really like those ones. I was more speaking to sort of like yeah, this is just like a basic goblin you would see
Oh yeah,
cards.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially some of the older ones. There's a little sad. The Yu-Gi-Oh ones are definitely more imaginative. Um,
Yes.
but
For
sometimes I don't know. I guess I'm just in a I want more juicy stuff to look at mood, and so I'm like, God, this card is just awful. It looks awful, so I cannot even like it. I can't. I'm not able to like it because it's just so technically bad that it's at that point it's like, well, you know what? I don't care how imaginative this thing is. I should probably redraw it. I like the ideas a lot though, more than the magic ones.
yeah, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh is more experimental with its designs and styles, and sometimes that's a benefit, and sometimes that's a hindrance. It can be hit or miss.
Yeah. I just wish it was less flooded with weebs
Yeah.
and fanboys. Like it's very toxic. It's not that fun
I
to
mean, it's
play
like
with
sometimes you
toxic
can get
people.
cards that are like really cool, like experimental looking dragons that are just awesome.
Yeah.
Like the Galaxy Dragon you made that was like very Yu-Gi-Oh
Yeah,
style.
yeah.
You see a lot and a lot of very cool cards, but then other times you'll get cards like the those I forget the name of the archetype, the ones that are basically like streamer girls.
Oh god,
It's like
yeah.
we've got freaking I don't know.
I forgot the name of that. But even the maids, the dragon maids there, I hate those cards. I don't know, it's too much sometimes it's just too much fan service. Uh I guess because I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh in the past few months, not having that, so not having those ridiculous, very weebish things is a breath of fresh air for me. It's like, oh god, thanks goodness, I don't have to see that again. I don't have to see the next guy with an avatar of a 10-year-old looking anime girl.
Evil
So,
Twins. That's what I was thinking of. That's the card archetype I was thinking of.
so I very much prefer that. In terms of atmosphere, I guess I prefer that. But I wish I had a chance to play Duel Masters because it seems like a very nice blend between the two.
Yeah, Duel Masters is great, and of course it wasn't successful. So
Of course, like every good thing cannot be successful. Matthew says, I like the janky Yu-Gi-Oh cards. The weirdness is kind of charming. Yeah, there is a charm to them. It's just that sometimes, okay, I would say probably more than the technical aspect. The anime-ish, fanboy-ish, fan service-ish aspect of it really does me in. Like I'm like
there's
no,
a lot of that. Yeah,
it's too much sometimes. And I've not had, I don't think I've had a single match of Magic that I felt genuinely frustrated. With Yu-Gi-Oh is like every other or most of them because I mean you start playing and the other person doesn't let you play, so that's annoying for
there's a
me.
reason why Master Duel. I'd probably get banned if I stream a Master Duel.
It needs more rules, but the point is that you would have to ban most of the cards at this point because it's like they're not very well thought. The whole thing is not very well thought. It's like, okay, let's make a card game. What about the rules? Hey, I don't know, do something.
because the card game originated in the manga, and there
Yeah,
weren't like very strict rules in the
yeah.
manga. So they translated it over, and then they've progressively changed the rules over time. So like when the card game first came out in Japan, there was like no concept of sacrifices, for instance.
Hello, person.
So like
Yeah,
um if you had a blue eyes, right, you could just play the blue eyes from your hand. You
yeah.
wouldn't need to sacrifice anything to play it. Then like, oh wait, that's kind of broken. We should probably make some kind of rules so you can't just play blue eyes for no cost. And that's one of like the big issues with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is there's no resource system necessarily. Like Magic has the mana
That's a
system.
huge issue with Yu-Gi-Oh. That's
Yeah, I
definitely the
mean,
biggest one.
Magic has the mana system, which allows you to sort of balance the cards around the resources. So it's
Yeah.
like you pay a certain amount of resources to use this card. There's like nothing like that in Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's like, yep, you just play the cards from your hand, and the cards themselves are the resources. And that's why you can do like 30,000 special summons a turn.
That is very uncool. Just to use a modern term. Uncool. I honestly at the very beginning, I would say until a few months ago, I was thinking the mana system in Magic was kind of hard to figure out because I like first I would see like on the card I would see the number and then the actual mana symbol, and I couldn't really understand that that meant one generic land plus that specific land. But once I got that, it's like, hey, wait a second, it's not that complicated. It's actually a good system. It makes sense. So yeah, I like it.
It's unfortunate that Duel Masters didn't succeed because it even streamlined the system further because now the cards themselves have mana built into them. So like if you want to play a monster, you can either play the monster or you can put it into your mana zone. Like you can convert the monster into mana energy. It's like a really nice combination so you don't have to fill your deck with lands like in Magic.
Yeah, I guess you use less cards than compared to Magic.
Every card has a dual purpose in Duel Masters.
I wish they made a digital game. There is one, but it's just in Japanese, I think, so it's not viable for anybody. And in any case, it doesn't have any cards. So. It's too bad because I really love the artwork. It's a very good combo, and obviously, again, Magic has the best in terms of quality. But man, I wish I could have I had played and I had bought some of the Duel Masters cards back in the days. Hello, Fiddle. Okay, Matthews doesn't like mana. Yeah, but the problem is that see what you can do in Yu-Gi-Oh is just obliterate your opponent without even letting him play his turn, so or her. So I don't think it's a fair system. Like the fact that there is no resource because it's
A lack of resources in the system leads to a completely broken, unfair mess, which is what Yu-Gi-Oh is.
yeah. I mean, for how much I like playing Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like it's really if you're unlucky and you find a guy an opponent that's got a broken deck, you can't do anything. That's not fun. That's not how a game should be. So it should be there should be a balance um, in the system so that both players can play and the best one wins. This is not the best one wins. Like any noob can take any meta broken deck and win in Yu-Gi-Oh. That's not going to happen in Magic because the noob cannot know how to play some things.
Every card game has RNG to a certain extent because that's just the nature of a card game. But Yu-Gi-Oh in particular, it's like the reason why people run 3 Ash Blossoms, 3 Infinite Impermanence and stuff in their deck is because if you go second and you don't draw those in your hand, you're basically screwed. Like you need to have some sort of disruption because if you let your opponents start making plays, eventually they're going to put everything on the field. And it's like when you get to your turn, you can't do anything. They're just going to negate and destroy anything you do. At that point, you're just locked out of playing. So, like a game where you need to run all of this crap in your deck just so you don't die before you even get a turn, yeah, that's not a well balanced system for a game.
It's very sad because it's got potential, but all these things just ruin the game, in my opinion. So now the capybara is evil. Yes, of course. No, why? No, it's
It's
not
not
evil.
dark type.
Yeah, it just needs the the light in the eye, the eye light. Ha, not the highlight, the eye light. I like to call it highlight. The high highlight. Yeah, this doesn't feel much like a bubble right now. I'm probably gonna have to add something else. Let's see how they handle bubbles in the problem. Might need to be.
Are okay, but it is nice to always be able to use your cards. If you're talking like in a personal, chaotic way, I understand that. But if we're talking in terms of like game balance, as in something that is a game that can be played on a competitive level and is actually fun to play as well, yeah, that doesn't really it doesn't work.
I don't know. I have to agree with Chase here because I've played it and I totally feel like the system has severe issues with the way the cards are played. It's not. It's really not about your skill. There's not much skill involved when the cards are so powerful. It doesn't matter once you memorize the combo or once you look it up. You don't even have to know it. You just need to read at least a list of things you have to do, and then you just do
Yep.
it, and then you
When I
win.
did stream with Nemo, there was a point where I was testing out my Chaos Dragons deck, and Nemo could just tell that I was doing it automatically. Like I
Yeah,
already
it's
knew
not
exact
fun.
combos to do, and I'm like, "Yep, I'm going to play Tracer. I'm going to play Quick Launch, Chain Tracer to Quick Launch, summon 2 rockets off of that." And
Right.
Nemo just sits there and watch, and he can't do anything. That's not fun.
No, it's not. Again, I've not found yet a a magic match that I did not enjoy because it's just frustrating to see your opponent that just capitalizes on card after card after card after card. You're like they're watching, like, okay, can I play this game? So yeah, I have to say, nice cards, Yu-Gi-Oh. Nice, interesting designs. Not so good overall quality. Very bad rules. It's a problem with your card game. With every card game in a card game, your only skills are on deck building and prediction. No, that's not true. I lost today with a better deck than the opponent had. My opponent had a basic one of the basic decks you get in Magic when you do the bot fights. It was a basic white deck, but I lost with a technically better deck, because the cards I have cannot beat that, and so there's nothing I can do in terms of skills in that case, because I don't know how to use them when I have something against that deck. There were probably, I guess there was a way to do that. I also like bad cards. But your skill matters. So you can win even with a weak deck, depending on, well, the other deck, because it's not a one obliterates everything like Yu-Gi-Oh! And your skill. Absolutely. So had I had like, for example, there are some cards just from the game I played today in Magic that add up to your life, or they increase their power when you gain a life. And if you are smart enough to stop those before they actually take place, so those increases before increments, before they take place, then maybe the opponent will not win, regardless of the deck you have. So it doesn't, in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's much more like, it's not a thing that's gonna change the game, the way that the deck is built. Okay, it's not necessarily gonna change that if you don't know how to use it. That's what I'm basically liking about Magic. But
Well, the thing
Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah.
The thing that's nice about Magic too is there's so many different strategies for, especially different color decks, for instance, where it's like, okay, I have different ways of getting win conditions in terms of actually winning the game, right? In Yu-Gi-Oh, there's kind of different methods, but they all lead to the
Oh,
same
hello,
thing.
Saman, by the way.
Uh, I'm going to do the exact same strategy to get my big boss monsters, and those boss monsters better have negates, because if they don't, then my opponent can run over them. But like everyone runs boss monsters with negates, so at the end of the day, everything in Yu-Gi-Oh boils down to the same point, which is get your big monsters that have negates, and then just crush your opponent. I mean, that's really what every deck strategy comes down to in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, and there are certain cards that everyone plays, but that's not true for Magic. Like everyone runs or should run Ash Blossom, right? Or Maxi, or I don't know if it's banned now, but in Magic that's not true. First, because there are way more cards, but there are some cards you can just not play because of the mana. So you cannot play what's that called? It's like a destruction card, basically. That's red in a deck that doesn't have red lands, right? So that I don't know. That's the variety of it, in my opinion. Yeah, fiddle. That's the main issue we're talking about in Yu-Gi-Oh. Even if you end up losing in Magic with someone that's got a better deck, you can put up a fight to some degree. You're probably gonna lose if your deck is really bad and the opponent's deck is really good, maybe a meta deck. But I don't think it's so clear cut as it is in Yu-Gi-Oh. Again, it depends on luck to a degree.
Strategic
And
plays that can overcome that. The
what?
problem with, huh?
Oh, what did you say? Sorry.
No, I said you can overcome certain faults in a Magic game by sort of skillful playing in that way. And I mean, deck building obviously matters a lot too. But like in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like if you go second and you have no disruption in your hand, you've already lost. I've had so many games where I played Master Duel on the ladder, and it's like, well, I didn't draw Ash Blossom, Infinite Impermanence, or any of my disruption, so my opponent is going to start comboing my face, can't stop him. I basically should just quit right here. That is not a fun way to play a game.
Because there is not much you can do. That's the point. Sometimes, yes, and also in Magic, there is not much you can do, but at least you can play. You're not going to watch the opponent just do something for a while. You can still put up a good defense if you choose to do so. So, obviously, it's a matter of personal preference at that point. Like, which card game do you like? But I still think Magic's got the better system, the best probably. I've not played many games, so I cannot speak for a lot of them. But certainly in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh versus Magic, yeah, Magic probably wins in terms of quality of the gameplay.
It's kind of a controversial topic.
Hello,
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Wowo.
but I do wonder if it would be improved somewhat if it implemented a format system kind of similar to Magic, where you have certain seasons with cards and they cycle in and out, that kind of thing. Where it's like, okay, yeah, everyone's going to run in their side deck like 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Infinite Impermanence, or 3 Dark Ruler No More, things like that. And it's like, well, you can't use those because it's not part of the cycle. I don't know. It's a thought.
I would first simplify the cards, honestly, because the descriptions are just insane. So,
Oh, that's another key point in favor of Magic, is the use of keywords and things like that.
yeah, and the fact that you can just take once you know those keywords, you can take any new deck and you can play it. You can play it and you're still going to be able to win. I did it. Even if you're not particularly good, because with that deck, you never used it, because you know how to combine the main aspects of them. You don't have to read the whole description. It's also difficult to remember, honestly. with Yu-Gi-Oh. And sometimes it's like, hey, what happened? Wait a second. Oh, it's because at the like in the middle of the sentence of the other card, it said something specific that I did not get. So a bit anal maybe as a thing to have to do. But yes. Dodge.
Yeah, Simon's talking about DD Assailant. That is that is a very old card at this point.
Yu-Gi-Oh
If you
card?
think that's yeah, if you think that's broken, you should see some of the stuff today.
Well, okay. Another thing is like, whenever a new set comes out, and likely it has gonna be, it's gonna be something broken because people always find ways to break the game. Everything before that becomes pretty much irrelevant. And everyone is going to use that deck. So when the branded Despia came out, everyone was using that and easily winning by just copying what other people are doing. That's not playing a game. That's just following a rule book. It's not that fun.
But
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Yes, Fiddle. I don't have faith in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Whenever a new deck comes out, they have to, or a new, booster or whatever, they have to find some way to sell it. So, I mean, they're going to put in broken cards so that everyone will buy the packs to get the cards that are broken so they can beat everyone else.
Yes. So not the greatest. Not the greatest game out there. I want Duel Masters back so that I can try it. Maybe I will not like it. I don't know. But I might, so I would be curious. Also because I want the actual cards.
Yeah, Duel Masters was pretty good. Like, it was fairly balanced. There weren't really any broken cards from what I remember. But I mean, like, the metagame wasn't too developed since not a lot of people played it, but it was a lot of fun.
I want that.
I forget which channel on the Discord I posted all my cards on before, but they're probably way back there now.
Yeah, somewhere back there.
I had no idea how valuable some of them were.
Now you do.
Like, I got my Bulmedius Steel Dragon and a card holder. I didn't realize it was worth like $200.
Cards are expensive. Maybe I should make the... Oh yeah, white. Oops, not here then. I probably want to color it. I want to.
Oh, thanks, Fiddle. Well, those are... Fiddle, you tagged me in my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Not my Duel Masters cards. My Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
This.
All right. Oh, it was in General? Yeah, General back in August. I would have never found it.
Hello, Rock fan. You need this on your team? That's cool. Yeah, I have to be honest. I'm not super happy with how they're coming out, but hey, cannot all be winners. I don't think they feel like Pokemon as much as they probably should. Oops, that's right.
Cards are so cool. Like Crystal Paladin, Gulk Life Dragon, Balam Master of Death, Zagan Knight of Darkness, Bullshack Dragon.
I want them back. I bought some, but they were in poor condition, unfortunately. Not very good. The photo showed them in a better condition, but I guess the best ones were at the very top of the stack, so that really sucks. Let's see here. As far as I understand, though, it's still running in Japan, just with the god awful design it has now. Blue Masters, I mean. Not very good. A little too complicated. Baroque. Let's say.
No, the new Duel Masters cards are trash. I hate the designs.
They're like the new. It's like you take the old Super Sentai and the new stuff, like the new Kamen Rider.
That is one big pile of shit.
They look like really, really overdone nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the Duel Masters cards, you look at them and it's like...
Okay, Kim, see ya.
Like, what am I even looking at?
Yeah, you don't really understand that because it's very, very complicated. I wouldn't even call it complicated. It's just there's too much stuff. Overdone, way overdone.
What's the craziest card out right now? I'm not sure. I haven't really paid attention to past
Of what?
months.
Yu-Gi-Oh or I don't know.
Go online, look at the latest sets, and see what the most expensive stuff is. Probably one of those.
Or yeah, you just go to the meta and Yu-Gi-Oh meta. What happens? Someone's calling me. Hold on a second. I will be right.
Well, since Nemo is gone, now I have control of the stream. The game dev who made system like Pendulum are crazy. I wasn't a big fan of Pendulums either.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Well,
Were you
I've
trash
lost
talking about
control.
me?
No, Rock Fan was complimenting you though on YouTube.
Oh, I missed it. It's too bad.
He says, you have really tough competition when it comes to beaver Pokemon with our Lord and Savior Bidoof, but don't worry, yours is great too. Seriously, you're talented.
Thank you. Yeah, this is supposed to be a capybara, so all of them kind of similar. Something like that here. Yeah, that doesn't need it, probably. Yeah, we're probably gonna do some free sketching tomorrow, just generic sketching. Yes, sorry I interrupted you.
Is duct tape legally used on kids? No.
I never used it. I don't think it is.
I don't know about duct tape, but duct tape might be.
Oh, you're a duck? I like duck. Okay.
Yeah.
That's used to tape ducks together. Yeah, I never. I wanted to sometimes, never did. So I don't know. I don't think it is though. I mean, they're your siblings. At that point, you can probably do everything you want. If nobody complains. I'm not saying I do this to my kids, of course. Of course. Let's see if we manage to
Are you
finish
sure it's your
these.
kids you want to?
Hey, what?
Are you sure it's your kids you want to duct tape?
No, probably not them. They're easier to handle than adults. Adults are the ones that need to be duct taped or tied to a steam train running towards the broken bridge or something like that. Steaming
I do a
towards a
lot.
broken bridge. References to facts or people really existing or absolutely coincidental? I'm not suggesting that you tie someone up and kill them. Not the least. Or did I ever try?
We're joking.
Yes, we're joking.
This is a parody / satire.
Yeah, a little sarcasm. It's the holidays. What better season to be sarcastic? I'm gonna do the bubbles separately. Better. Probably gonna do them all together, actually.
Saman Cheese might be resting. It's kind of early where he is right now.
Yeah, I think my Mitsu is sleeping. Or something. Something like that. Social Security slowly backing away? Social Security as in Social Security number? Or restrictions? Well, I'm glad I didn't go to visit my family actually this year because they got COVID.
He might have been making a joke about like if a certain someone had life insurance that you could.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I don't think she does.
Who knows? I don't know what the life insurance policies in Japan are like.
Knows. And funny enough, I'm actually working on the nose. Who knows? Who literally knows? Yeah.
Nose Ferratu.
Also looks for out of yeah.
That should be a monster. Be like a big bat with a giant nose. Nose Ferratu.
It could be. Could be a Pokemon. Psychic, flying. I mean, there are some bats already, so I guess it doesn't.
Yeah,
The difference.
bat. Life insurance, how does that work? It's the same as other types of insurance.
It works like you die, and someone's going to benefit from the fact that you died, very much.
Yeah, the insurer will promise to pay a sort of designated amount to any benefactors when you die.
Yes. That's kind of how it works.
Him says she has life insurance. That's a good thing, because you're a wild and crazy girl.
Because you're with Fiddle? Why? Is he putting your life in danger?
Well, that's kind of redundant. You'd have to be wild and crazy to be with Fiddle.
Yeah, probably. I would think so. Wait, didn't you go to walk your dog or something? What are you doing? Go away.
She said it's
Oh, she's back? He's messed up. Oh, by the way, everybody, if you guys are interested, Chase is going to stream a very interesting revolutionary game today, later. So you might want to join, not to miss it.
Yes, it could either be really cool or a gigantic mess, and either one will be entertaining. So
yeah, probably going to be fun in any case.
actually kind of working on it right now.
Very
Hastily trying to get everything together.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be good.
What does the company gain from life insurance? Like, are you asking how do they make money off of the insurance?
Hopefully you're not gonna die, so you're just gonna keep paying. I guess that's it.
Well, I think he's asking how do they make a profit off of the insurance. I mean, when you pay into life insurance, there's like a premium, and they basically invest off of premium payments. That's how they make most of their money.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to pay them a certain amount of money every month. And then in the unfortunate event you pass away, they will have to pay back. But there's you're gonna pay more than what you're gonna get back, probably, because they're gonna capitalize on that. I don't think otherwise. Usually they're considered pretty rich, so I don't think. I think they know what they're doing. Sadly.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, a lot of it is related to bonds too, because like a lot of insurers, they have like a general account, and that comes primarily in sort of like fixed income securities. So that like whenever you pay a premium, a portion of that is going into the account.
I have no idea like how it actually works because I don't have one, but I'm counting on not dying soon. And maybe I should before I go back to Japan if I go. I probably should. Because the chances of me dying there are very high.
Well, you won't get anything back. Well, that's not the point of the insurance. It's to help your family.
Yeah, it's like if you are the only breadwinner and you got kids, if you die, they're going to be in deep trouble. So maybe you want to make sure that they do not end up in the street if something happens to you. That's
Yeah.
the whole reason.
Like if the husband is a very high earner and then the wife is like a housewife, I mean, he kind of needs life insurance because if something were to happen to him, she has like no stream of income, and so that's a way to offset it. I see, that makes sense. They surely make good money. Yes, life insurance.
Yes, they
companies.
do. They're well known to be wealthy. Very well known for that.
I mean, pretty much any form of insurance, but especially life insurance.
Because in most of the cases, you do not die prematurely. So you just want to be covered. It's
Right.
a mental thing, right? It's okay.
It's like a
yeah.
it's like a form of deterrence, right? Like, and it's not like you're expecting it to happen, but in case it does happen, you want like you want a safety net for your family. Yeah, Kim, don't get me started on health insurance.
Huh. Well, we didn't have it here, so I can't say much about it. Can't complain this time. Why is it? Oh, it's racing.
Oh god, I love that washed out look.
Well, maybe it's all too much right now. I'm gonna dial back a little bit.
Yeah, but you should definitely keep the tones of it though.
Tones? What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. I'm looking at like, well, not to spoil what I'm doing later, but I'm using a lot of like Sugimori's first couple.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were referring to what I'm doing now. So I was confused.
In the old days, they had a safety net for that. It was let the dead housebound brother marry the wife if she didn't have an old enough son to work. Yeah, we saw how that worked in Hamlet.
Well,
Sometimes the brother would kill his brother and marry the wife.
yeah. That's how it went. I don't know if that's a particularly functioning way of handling things. I mean, you could say that with life insurance, it's the same thing. Like, okay, well, my wife's going to kill me because I'm insured.
Well, there's cases of that happening.
Yeah, so it's not like it doesn't happen. That's true for everything, though. Everything involving someone getting benefits out of someone else dying or getting injured or whatever.
Why do investigations over like women who hired a hitman to kill their husband so she could collect the life insurance off of him?
Yeah. Funny enough, the other way around is not that common. Nowadays, at least.
No, men are simps.
Or take all my money. And my house. And my kids. Go ahead. Generalization that can get me banned. But it's fine.
how do you find a hitman nowadays? Are you
Nowadays,
asking
internet?
your
I don't
interest?
know. It's pretty easy, probably. I've never done that. I thought about it. I never actually did.
Very the answer. Imagine a man simping. Yeah. I will give Fiddle credit. I don't know if he's ever simped for you. In fact, I think he's been very mean to you at times.
Fiddle is a mean boy.
Good for him, though. Better than simping.
That is true. That is absolutely true. This man speaks the truth. A chair for this man.
Stay away from the stamina.
Stay away. The shamana.
Yes, but how do you know?
Oh,
it's not
thanks for subscribing the 25 or 5th Huba Lock. Thanks. And
well, there have been many cases of cops playing hitmen to bust people, as they do other professions as well.
we live in a sick world. Let's purge it. Oh, wait. They're doing it already. So.
There might be more undercover cops playing as prostitutes than actual prostitutes.
Oh, nice. Get the same tone here. There you go. And then color this.
Kim is a woman. It's okay if she stumps.
I kind of like how the second stage looks, though.
Yeah, it looks
Oh, I
good.
forgot the eyes.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Yes. Yours too, Foodle. Your lack of faith is disturbing. This.
You know, how do you feel about the news that Henry Cavill will no longer be playing Superman?
What? But he said, wait. I heard there was a cameo of him or something at the end of Black Adam, which I didn't watch. And then he came out with a video saying that he's going to be back to the Cape, but now he's not?
James Gunn, the director, said that they're not going to bring him back.
Why? But he was supposed to. They hate him. I don't know. That's too bad. That's too bad. He was a really good Superman. I like him. Honestly, I like the guy in any case. So
I
too
like
bad.
him as an actor person. He's pretty awesome.
He's really
You ever watch-
cool. Like he's a gamer also. Or so it
Yeah,
seems.
he loves like PC gaming, and he's really into Warhammer, and he wants to do like a Warhammer series.
Yeah, he's always doing like or saying like nerd stuff. Like I was painting my minis when this happened. That's just so cool.
He's badass. I want to do a stream with him. I should reach out and say, "Hey, Henry Cavill, I'm a big."
I mean, he might be chill with it. Who knows? That's really sad, though. I was like, so I like Man of Steel that I watched a few weeks ago, a lot, and I was kind of looking forward to another or some sort of sequel or something. So that's too bad. That's really too bad.
I think he also like left The Witcher, the series that they were
Yes, he
doing,
did.
and
Yes, he did.
because they didn't want to be faithful to the games, and he did. So he's
Yeah,
like, I'm just not gonna do it then, because if you're just gonna do whatever you want, that's trash.
pretty much that's the reason why he left. He said because they were doing stuff that was definitely not in line with what the game's spirit is.
They were
So
trying to interject their own personal stuff into the show.
yeah, as always, like they do nowadays. And he's like, nope, nope, no thanks. That's so cool.
Good for him. Finally, a celebrity with some backbone.
Oh yeah, absolutely approved. Like you want to do crappy stuff? Not with my face. Not with my face. I know he's been working with Tom Cruise also on a Mission Impossible movie that I did not watch yet though, but I want to watch it. That seems like so cool, like the idea of having them both in the same movie.
Tom Cruise did a video the other day. Did you see it? Where
Yes, when he
I-
jumps off a plane. Yeah,
he basically did it just to say, "Hey, thanks everyone for making Top Gun so successful." Then he just
that
jumped
guy is
out.
insane. That guy is insane. I was like, what the hell? Is he really gonna do this? Yes, he is. He might have a very strange private life and whatnot, but I don't know. I kind of like the way he handles himself. It's just
I mean,
very
how
funny.
I can differentiate how someone is personally from their work,
Yeah,
and he's one of the big proponents of like practical effects in movies. So on that basis alone, I'm a supporter.
yeah. I like the work that he did on Top Gun, obviously, Maverick, and I like the work a lot that he did on Mission Impossible. So kudos to
I was
him.
I think I was reading some interview with Emily Blunt, who was like his co-star in the movie Edge of Tomorrow,
Yes.
and she was talking about how like so in the movie they had these practical suits that they were wearing to do scenes and things like that, and they're like really heavy, and she had to like do some training to actually be able to walk around in them.
Mhm.
And I think she said like when she first put it on, she started crying because she didn't think she was going to be able to do the movie wearing this heavy suit. And Tom Cruise came in and just said, "Don't be a pussy." And then she got over it and just did the movie.
I mean, he's the guy who made actors go on or not pilot, but be in the back seat of F-18s just to make a faithful movie. So and make them throw up a lot apparently.
Oh god, if you look at the like the behind the scenes stuff for Top Gun, like all the training the actors had to do, like not even just like the G force stuff, but also like they had to go into pools
That's
and
right.
actually
Yeah.
like train to be able to handle it.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. But I appreciate the effort that they put in to do it.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Too bad there are not many actors doing that anymore. Too bad. Apparently, he also broke an ankle when he was filming one of the newest Mission Impossible movies. And he just kept filming with a broken ankle. It's like, what the hell? You gotta be kidding me! The one
That
with
doesn't-
Henry Cavill.
In one of the Mission Impossible movies, it might have been the latest one or the one before. There's like an actual practical scene where he's on the wing of an airplane, like in the sky, and they just filmed it like that.
Really? Well, that was in Rogue Nation, I think. I didn't
think
know he
so.
was in an actual plane though.
No, he was in an actual plane in the air while they were filming the
Jesus.
scene.
That's not dangerous at all. It kind of felt very realistic. I didn't think they would do it. So okay, what about the scene where he climbs the glass windows of that hotel? Hopefully that's
I
not.
don't know.
Man, I hope
I
not.
wouldn't.
What?
I wouldn't.
That doesn't look good. I mean, the scene looks good, but it doesn't look good for you. Try something like that.
Okay, for this next scene, you guys are gonna put me up into the atmosphere of the Earth and drop me from the sky.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. He's crazy enough to do it.
We're gonna film this next scene, and we have to do it next to an actual active volcano because I want it to look real.
It's funny because it basically takes over every movie he stars in. It's not like, hey, the director's saying, I don't care. I don't care what the director says.
You're not gonna tell him no. He's the star.
Yeah.
Because if he leaves, it's like, well, there goes half of our movie's revenue that we want to earn.
Yeah, at least he's never going to star in one of those movies they make nowadays. They're very cringy for most people. Thanks God. And it seems like Cavill is following.
Well, there's good directors too that are into that stuff. Like Christopher Nolan is very much into practical effects, even very elaborate things.
The one of the first two Batmans, was it?
What is it?
Wasn't it the director of Batman Begins?
Oh, yeah, he did all of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, not the latest one, obviously, but the ones with Christian Bale.
Yeah. He also did Inception and Dunkirk, Interstellar.
Man, I like Inception. Very cool. Liked it a lot. Funny because I was reading Jung when I watched the movie. I was like, hey, this is very psychological. I was not expecting it, honestly.
Bye, Pops. Okay.
All right, Pops. See ya. Have a good dinner.
What?
Have a good dinner.
Time. And we were doing final exams for like a government class, and the government teacher's like this British guy. He's like a British immigrant, and like when one of the girls went up to turn up their exam, they were having a conversation, and I forget what he said. Something like, "Well, I hope I see you in my this class like next semester," and she said, "Well, I'm not going to be taking it. I found somebody else." And he responded to her by saying, "Well, then I hope you have a terrible day." And it's just like, so funny.
Wow.
He didn't say have a good. He said had a bad day.
Oh, nice. Nice person, huh? Didn't take it personally. At all.
I think he was joking, but it was just the way he said it was very blunt. It was fun.
I mean, he was British, right? So
Yeah, that's how they are.
Brit humor.
If
Where's
Casual
Casual?
here?
Yeah, right. I was thinking about that. Like, where's Casual? Our British friend. Might be lurking.
Nah, I don't see him.
Oh, no? Okay.
I do see Kitten Rescue.
Maybe it's a bot.
It is a bot.
A strange name for a bot.
Oh, never mind. I just realized that's probably you,
What?
Yuri.
Yeah.
I got excited because I think the actual Yuri was here the other day, right?
Yes. I think he joined your stream at some point.
That's right. That's what it was. Yeah.
While he was working on his Christmas tree. He usually is streaming on his own at that time.
Speaking of Christmas, Kim is the only person that's submitted a design for Krampus. So.
Oh yeah. Oh right. I can work on Krampus. Yeah, I'm gonna work on Krampus from tomorrow. That's a good valid point. I can work on Krampus.
And considering Cheese was the one that was pushing for it, he better submit something.
I hope so. He's the one who proposed. Otherwise, we would have gone for with kaijus, which is what I wanted to do. Damn you, Cheese! Kaijus was a cool idea. Cool idea.
Krampus, boy. My nephews took a picture with a Krampus. It was pretty cool.
With the actual Krampus, the real one.
I think it
That's
was
scary.
like a statue.
Hopefully I can finish this guy here. Should be able to finish it. Almost there, everybody. Almost finished. And I thought we wouldn't finish. Yeah, here we go.
Oh god, I definitely need to get something to eat before my stream.
I'm getting pretty hungry myself. Oh, damn it, I forgot to take something out of the freezer. Okay. My fridge is almost always empty because I tend to freeze stuff. I only go grocery shopping once a week, and so I can't keep meat and whatnot for a whole week in my fridge. But then I forget. So
Yeah, I need to go grocery shopping, but I'm feeling lazy today.
nowadays
I
it's
also
pretty
hate-
much yeah.
I just hate spending money at the grocery store.
I hate spending money. Period. So.
By the way, I was going to ask, does my mic sound different?
No, what?
Okay, well, I downloaded an app. I think Discord already uses it, the Crisp Act, or app. And, because I noticed on some of my streams, there's like a lot of background noise, and it picks up a lot of different things, and I wanted to try an app with noise cancellation to see if that works better.
I cannot tell, but it's very clear. I mean, it's very good. So at least I cannot complain about it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, when I'm in, it's different when I'm in the Discord versus when I'm actually streaming, because when I'm streaming, I'm not using the Discord settings, and so it picks up a lot more stuff. Like, I was listening to one of my streams the other day, and I could hear like the background of the fan and my computer and things like that. So hopefully this should filter those out when I stream later.
Hopefully.
And also my
But-
dog barking whenever he decides to.
It's very good though. The quality is very good. Can't really complain about it. All right, nothing in the bubble area. Wait. Let's do the bubble. I'm gonna do them now, even if I have to end the stream a couple minutes late. Not too much.
Might as well. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, it's pretty much done, so. No, what? No. No. It's not too bad. Let's do the bubbles, and then we are done. I'm gonna duplicate this and empty it.
No one cares about that, Chase. It's not annoying, and I never noticed. Well, it's more noticeable on my streams, like I said, because I'm just pulling the raw audio. I'm not putting it through a filter or anything. But I care because it sounds unprofessional on my streams. But then again, I never claimed that I was a professional streamer.
Me neither. You can probably tell. You know what? What the hell am I doing? I can just copy paste. I'm gonna copy paste. Why am I doing all this? I'm gonna do 4 of them. The other 3 are gonna be copy pasted. Why would I have to make such a big effort for this? Someone's gonna call me out for what I said about Pokemon. It's fine, these are bubbles, who cares? They're not even the design thing. Just bubbles.
Well, as a programmer, you should know that nobody ever copies what anyone else has ever done.
Of course, never.
I'm a programmer with a lot of integrity. I definitely don't go to GitHub and look up other code.
Oh, nobody does that. Or
I
Stack
definitely don't go
Overflow.
on scripts to use.
Yeah, nobody does. Why would you? Right? Okay. Oh. Blue. Then the highlight again. I'm gonna copy this and put it here. Do that though. Well, I can do this instead. Let's copy these 2 and this. So I'm gonna take this and put it here. Take this and put it here. Yes, phone, I know. Take this and put it here. So we have 2 layers. And now I'm gonna add the highlights, and then it's done. Let's make them consistent over on that side. One, two, three, four.
People like the challenge. Maybe amateurs, definitely not professionals, because professionals see it as like a waste of time.
Do what?
If you like if you're gonna do, he's talking about coding, right?
No.
Like, there's no point of just sitting there and trying to think up your own original code when you can just find the frame that somebody else has
When
made.
you work in the
build on.
industry, you spend most of your time just copying stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
There is nobody. I mean, no, almost nobody who just codes and wants to make. I mean, unless it's really impossible for you to find something that's like what you need. Pretty much everyone copies. It just takes less time, and time is valuable. So
Yeah, especially if you have a deadline to meet.
there is nothing romantic about coding. It's just boring most of the time, and bug fixing, in my opinion.
Have you guys ever seen roosters fight in person?
No. Have you?
I've seen birds fight, not
I've
roosters.
seen cats fight, but no roosters. No roosters.
I've seen two pigeons chase each other around my backyard once. It seemed like a lover's quarrel.
Okay. All right. Where's this? Take the line and make them white, and then it's done. Apologies for being this late. Can I? Yeah, I can do it like this. Is this one intersects here and there, so I can't just do it for all of them.
No one would notice the extra time spent copying. Well, especially not the employer. The employer doesn't care. They just want it to get done as fast and as efficient as possible. Oh, you did original code? Well, how long did it take you? That's what they're going to ask. Could you have done it quicker?
Because if you can do it quicker by copying, they're going to ask you to copy. They don't care about the code being original. Nobody does. You just want it to work. And also, that's another good point. Code that's being made by someone else and shared is probably going to work better than your code.
Yep.
Not because you're a poor programmer, but it's just that you're a single person, so chances of you making mistakes are really high. Okay.
Well, the one they've made has already been tested, so you know that it works.
Yeah. That's the whole point. You're using you are using a library because you wouldn't really want to take care of touch input by yourself because it's gonna take forever and because you're probably gonna make mistakes. All right, this is done. Okay, finished. Pretty happy with these. Yeah, I mean they look better now they're colored. I'm gonna post them the next few days. Not sure when. But thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for following this little journey. We're gonna draw Krampus from tomorrow, I think, and maybe do the grass starter. I don't know, in January or something. I'm not sure yet because I got a little bored with these, so we'll see. Until then, you guys, I guess. Thanks, Cimarol. Thank you. First time chatting. I appreciate. I'm gonna post these in a better layout and with some fixes probably that I'm seeing now in the community tab. But until tomorrow, you guys have a good one,